Okay, so hold on, let's get rid of that. All right, where'd everyone go?
We're down in the corner.
I was gonna say we're still there.
Yeah, we're still there. We're just down in the corner.
So we want a lot of the authors that we like are very prolific. And that we appreciate it because we like it. So for this series that we're talking about is from Jim Butcher. It's his Dresden series, the Dresden Files series. And Sasheen and I are longtime fans of the series, and we made Denise read the first book.
Yes.
Now, since you have the first book, tell us about it.
What'd you think?
What you think?
It was good. So here's the one thing that I'm really enjoying about doing book club is because usually I do the serious stuff, or that's just where my brain goes. I read one, and then in this reference of business book or self-help book or whatever, then it says, oh, here's 5 other books we referenced, and then I have to go down that rabbit hole. So you guys make me read different things, and I appreciate that because I used to be a big reader back in high school, and I just sort of got away from it. It was good. I liked so I love the characters. The characters are really, they're easy to follow. I think that's what I really like about it. It was really easy to follow and still had a really good storyline behind it as far as keeping you interested throughout the whole book. So I enjoyed it. I am looking forward to, I do want to keep a fun book in my Kindle library at all times so I can go between the two and I don't just go down the rabbit hole of all the serious books. But I really liked it. I'm intrigued to, read all the different, the rest of the books and like start getting into it and getting into the characters. Because I have to, first books are always hard because it's so much character development that it can be boring. This one wasn't, though. It wasn't too bad.
Okay. So the only problem is when we're in a long series is that you get caught up and now you got to wait 9 months for the next one to come out.
Well, how many books are there?
Gosh. So there's at least, I don't even think this is not even the most recent one. So you read Stormfront. After that, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. And I don't think that's all of them.
No, that's not all of them, because I know I've read more than 10.
I haven't read all.
Oh, perfect. I won't catch up anytime soon. So we're good.
It's going to take a while. And there's a couple, I think I'm behind 2 books. But the only problem is that when you wait so long, you really want to go back and at least read the book before, so that so that's kind of where I am right now, which probably what I should have done, but you know what?
They need to put like a little recap section like they do in TV series.
Oh yeah, sometimes some series do. He doesn't do that, but some series do that.
Do they really? Yeah, they need to have like a little recap section on there.
Okay. What you missed. You know, I'm sure if he did, it would be like, well, why don't you just read the book and then I wouldn't have to do a recap.
It's always like, so sometimes they will put the first few chapters of the next book in the previous book. So if you just grab the previous book and read the last few chapters, then you're like, oh, I'm caught back up again.
Yeah.
Which is what I like.
Okay.
So, I read the second one. Now, here's the thing. I like this series so much that I have the paperback and I have the Audible. Okay. So the one I read. So actually, what was the title of yours? So people know. Denise.
Oh, mine was Stormfront, right?
That's the very first one.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Very first one.
Stormfront.
Okay. So this one is mine. Mine is Full Moon. Okay. So it was better than the first one.
They usually get better.
They generally will get better because again, you know what? You already know the characters. Mm-hmm. And you're in book 4, you're vested in those characters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And when a character dies, you're like, what's wrong with you? Why, not me,
Right.
what's wrong with this guy? Why did he kill off a character I actually like?
Right.
So what Full Moon is it's about werewolves.
Mhm.
All right. Each book basically has like a theme. This one is werewolves. All right. And the group of werewolves, once he introduces like the werewolves that are here, they'll be referenced in other books down the line.
Hmm.
So if you like the characters, okay, they'll make another appearance down the line.
Somewhere
Down the line.
down the line.
So
Okay.
now once I catch up with the 2 books that are upcoming for book club, I'm probably going to get the last one and then get caught up again with the Dresden Files. Though sometimes when a book series goes on for so long, I think sometimes authors don't know when to stop a book.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there was the K Scarpetta series, which I loved.
Mhm.
Okay, until there were so many books, and you could see that the characterization of the characters changed. They stopped being like real people,
Mhm.
becoming like this huge ego thing of themselves, and
Mhm.
it just wasn't the same.
Right.
So then I stopped reading.
That happens with TV shows.
It happens with
Yeah.
TV
Oh,
shows.
yeah. Yeah.
So, so if you're thinking about people who want to write a book, know when to kill the series.
Or the main character and do something else.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we'll move it along on a different
Yeah.
trajectory. There was one series that I like. Is it by Faith Tennis? Gonna have to go look it up. She ended it. She ends her series. All right, but not everybody does that, and after a while, the stories they don't have the same appeal anymore. But
I think
so
you have to, and I'm not a writer, but like I think it's sort of like TV series.
Hold on. Did you just
Hold
not
on.
write a book?
No,
Did
I
you
just meant
no?
yeah.
Did you just not write a book? Yes or no?
Correct. About business.
That's not the question. Is it a yes or no question? Did you just write a book?
Yes.
You're a writer. Congratulations.
Okay. Well, but what I'm saying, so the series side, like having an end to it, and I think it's the same with TV too, right? When everyone like have how long it's going to be 5 seasons. Don't just keep writing it and adding more and adding more. And I think that that's the same with books. I'm assuming, right? Like I don't get into too many series. I haven't. That you would just have to stick to that ending, right? Like this is going to be the last book. Let's go on to something else.
That's
Yeah.
why I like a 4-book arc. Like, I know if an author says this is book 1 in the trilogy, perfect. I know that I've got 3 books. Everything's going to
Mm.
happen in 3 books. The world's going to get formed, get whatever's going to happen in the middle, and then it's going to end. So I really appreciate when an author up front says this is a 3-book trilogy or this is a 4-part series, and then there's an end to it.
Yeah.
Period.
Those are writers who actually do an outline for their series.
Yes, which I strongly encourage outlining your series so that you know where it's going to stop.
Yeah. I will
I'm going to
take
keep
that.
encouraging it.
Keep encouraging it
I'm gonna
because
keep encouraging
now
it.
I'm going to, after I finish the rewrite that I'm working on right now, I'm going to go in and backtrack and outline into it. So I'm making more work for myself.
You are.
Just saying. Okay, so Sasheen.
So I didn't read book 3. I was intending to read this book because it's the one I had on the shelf, but time got away from me, so I audiobooked Small Favor instead, which
Okay.
is the one right before this one. So, so I started reading these books. Gosh, it's been a long time. And so I actually am coming back to them. So let me just first say, when I first read these books many years ago, I think I was an undergraduate when we got a hold of these one late night and started reading them. And I love mystery and I love magic and paranormal and mysticism. So these are right up my alley. Small Favor, just it's so like Mary was saying, if you meet a character in a couple books down, they're going to make an appearance. They're going to come back. And part of the arc of um, Harry Dresden is that he's a hunter, he's a warlock hunter. And so he's constantly engaging with all of these different various parts of the magical world. So in Small Favor, he gets pulled into a war with the White Queen, and people are taking out members of the magical underworld. So his job is to figure out why, and she's trying to recruit him to become part of her permanent court. And so there's a lot of stuff that got foretold in previous books is coming into play in Small Favor.
Yeah.
Which is very cool because I know some of those storylines from way back. So again, if you like series, this is one that will draw you through it. He does a really good job of drawing you through it in each book. So you're never going to feel like, oh, I didn't know this character existed. Yes, you did. Like, he makes sure that you like, yes, you did. You know this character. Now, my critique is this: reading it now versus when I first started reading it. I feel like Jim Butcher writes Harry Dresden as an eternal frat boy in some ways, and it drives me crazy. Some of the dialogue, and like, listen, this man is ageless and has 30 books under his belt. He shouldn't sound like he literally is named Biff sometimes. So
Yeah.
his dialogue sometimes has me going, gosh, okay. Because the story around it is good. You can let it go, but sometimes it's a little cringy. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I feel like maybe this is why Dresden didn't the Dresden Files on TV didn't last as long as the book series did, because it's hard to get that balance. In the books you can do it on paper. It's a little bit easier to get that sense of mysticism juxtaposed against what sometimes felt like a 16-year-old boy was talking to me. I live with a 13-year-old boy, so it was the parallel there. I was like, this feels like my son talking in some ways. I think that's harder to translate on screen for an actor to be able to do both of those things, be at once timeless but at the same time kind of teenage boy-ish. Um, but the story is solid. So if you really like the story, and Dresden is solid, it's just I feel like having read Small Favor, and I read Stormfront so many years ago, I'm like, did he always sound like this?
And the other issue with that I have with Dresden as a character is that he is very mansplainy.
Oh, so mansplaining.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. Maybe that's what I was trying to get to. Maybe it's not six frat boys, but it's like, have you always been this kind of insufferable? Were you not like this the first time I read this book? Because I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
like you weren't like this.
So there's that, but you know what? That's part of the character. And to make things interesting in the book, because he can be a little insufferable, he gets himself into trouble.
Yes.
Okay. Keeps the action going.
Yes. And that's what I'm saying. I feel like the story is so strong that you live with the fact that he's kind of a prick. I
Yeah.
mean, no offense, but he's kind of a jerk and overly he just overly does things where I'm like, you do realize that we're not all 18. Like,
Yeah.
we get it. We have higher levels of thinking going on here, dude. We're okay. But his side characters are so strong. And the
Yeah.
storyline is so interesting. But I'm just kind of like, when we first started reading this, it must not have rubbed me this way. Because I guarantee you that if I had picked up this book now and I didn't love the character already, I'd be like, I'm not reading this. This man's ridiculous. He's ridiculous on so many levels. But you get to meet his brother in Small Favor, which I don't know. I think he shows up in another book. I can't. It's ringing a bell. You get to meet his brother. A lot of interesting sub characters, and the story is just fun. It's a
Yes.
fun read, and if you can get past the fact that sometimes he sounds like a 16-year-old boy who knows everything and could just shut up for 5 minutes, then it's okay.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes though, when the dialogue is like that, it is really easy for me to, in those moments, because I know what you're saying, in those moments, the way that the book's written, it is really easy to just sort of skip past that dialogue
Yeah.
too and not lose the story, which is really
Yes.
nice as well.
Yes.
Because I did that a few times.
I think hearing it as an audiobook was different. If I had been reading it, I don't know that it would have stood out to me as much. But hearing it as dialogue in the audiobook, I was like, oh yeah, you really are insufferable.
Yeah. He's also
Mm.
the same person read the book as James Marsters.
Yes, I think
It
this is
was
the first time I've heard him as an audio.
his entire series is by except for
Yes,
one book,
James
which is
Marsters.
technically not part of the series,
Uh-huh.
which Jim Butcher himself did the audio. And I'm like, go back to James, please.
Oh, okay. I've only ever heard this James Marsters person.
Jim Butcher also has another series, the
He
Cinders
does.
Fires, which I don't like.
Yeah, he has the code. He also has the Codex Alera.
Electra.
The Codex Alera. I never read that one, so I don't know much about it.
You know what? I didn't like it at all.
Okay.
I think I got through one book, and I thought I would sometimes in the series, the first book, if it has promise, even
Right.
if
You
I
go into
don't
the next one.
necessarily like it, I
Mhm.
may move on to the second book. And I've done that with a couple of series, which I was glad I did because
Yes.
we got past the first book, and then after that, it was like really good.
Yeah. I didn't read the Codex Alera. I didn't. I stopped reading him religiously the first 6 books, and then life got in the way. So,
Mhm.
but I would say if you want a good paranormal kind of gunslinger-esque feel
Yeah,
book,
Mm.
this is a good place to start.
yeah.
Absolutely. It's a fun read. It's not going to tax your brain too hard, and it's a fun storyline.
Mhm.
Yes, it is. I would be hard pressed to say of what I've read, what would have been my favorite book because there's so many of them
Mm-hmm.
that you know what I love this about. He has in his books Sasquatch,
Mm-hmm.
which is hysterical. Okay,
Yes. The goats can. Do you know about the goats? The goats come back in small favors. So, but if you don't know about the goats, then this makes no sense to you. But the goats come back in so yeah, there's like these characters that show up, and you're like, oh, okay, and they
yeah,
show up again, and they show up
and
again.
they'll show up in an. It's almost like your family, a story about
Mm.
your family,
Yeah.
and now this week your cousins are coming to go visit.
Right.
All right.
Yes.
But the next book is about going to see your grandparents.
Right. That's
And
exactly right.
then the one
The
after
next book
that,
is about the little one going off to college, and the next book is about right. You just keep following these family
Mm.
members all over the place.
yeah.
So it's a
So,
good way
and
to
then
put it.
you know what? You're at the family reunion. So
Mm.
there's characters from other books coming in. So yeah, it's interesting he does the world building that he does
It's very good.
is very good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
very much so.
He could take almost several of the characters and go off on a tangent on a whole other series.
I don't know, Mary, because I think they all work well together. I don't know that on their own I would be as interested in their story.
Maybe the Sasquatch one. I would be interested in the Adventures of Sasquatch.
Maybe, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like when you build a world like this where all the characters need each other in some way, to separate one out and give them their own series would feel very strange. Because
Okay.
where are all the other characters that we've known? Because we know you because of your relationship to all of these other things, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
So I was intending to read this one. I didn't get a chance to read it. Like I said, I ran out of time, but I think this was where I left off in the original series. So I am going to read this one.
Okay.
So
So I'm going to listen to the last one so I can go get, because Audible keeps telling me about the next one that's up in my series. And I'm like, I know.
which one are you looking for?
Um,
He's
oh,
got 16 books in the series.
he
No, he's got more than that.
he's got a lot.
Oh, that's crazy.
Well,
I won't catch up to that.
Yeah, I'm in Libby, and there's 18 available. It looks like 18.
All right.
And then he's got these half books. Like,
Yeah. The half books I don't necessarily bother with, though sometimes when he does like anthologies with other writers,
yes.
find another writer that I like.
Yeah, that's how I discovered some writers that I like now. Okay, it looks like there are 18.
18. Yeah, 18 primary.
Yes, because the last book
And then
I have is,
several officially recognized short stories and novellas
yes.
too.
Yeah, it's like 17.5 and 15.2
Yeah,
randomly.
when you get the 0.5 ones, and yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah, so
he
12
plans to
months is the
write
last one.
He plans to write roughly 22 case files in total, and followed by a concluding 3-book big apocalyptic trilogy, making 25 book series overall. There you go.
I hope he
It will be
does. I mean,
25.
I hope he finishes it and he puts a pin on it and lets it go, because this has been going on for years. First of all, he's been writing Harry
Right.
Dresden for years, and I don't think the series did very well.
No,
Um,
the TV series kind of bombed.
yeah, and I can see why. This is not a world that really translates well onto the screen. There's too many things going on.
Well, at the time, I think now they can absolutely get it up on the screen.
Maybe.
And I tried to find this series like on YouTube and stuff like that, and I can't find it.
Yeah, it's really old. I'm not even sure. I don't even remember where. I know I watched maybe one or two episodes of it, but I don't remember when or where I watched it at.
It was one season and it's somewhere, but I keep trying to do searches for it. I figured I'd do searches like periodically because sometimes some of the streaming services will pick up
Yes.
like weird things.
Hmm.
And I would like to at least see the first episode.
I remember it briefly, and it just, yeah, I think it was time period. The technology absolutely was not there. But here's the thing: I don't know that it was a technology issue, because even though we're in CGI and AI world now, there's some really amazing science fiction series that did really well.
Yep.
For instance, the X-Files, really well with storylines and good character development and good visuals. So I don't know that it was that. I just don't know. Again, I think it's Dresden. I think it's hard to put Dresden as a person and figure out how to marry who he is in one person and make that work
Right.
in like a
Peacock
script.
has it. Just to let you
Peacock.
know.
All right. So now I'm going to have to go find it.
Yeah, Peacock has it. Or you can buy it on Amazon, it said.
I'm not
I
gonna
just
buy it.
clicked on
He's
it
not
and
gonna
it's still on Peacock.
He's not gonna buy it.
I'm not buying it.
Right.
But I do have Peacock. I will find it.
Well, you'll have to let me know what you think.
I'll let you know what I think because there's a fan club on Facebook and they're always pushing actors that they would like to see in the parts.
I don't know who I'd see Harry Dresden. I know the original actor, if I remember correctly, can kind of see his face. It just didn't work.
Okay.
He just didn't have the right. I don't know. I just think the material is hard for a series on TV.
Okay.
I can see that.
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, I'll give you this example. It's kind of like Game of Thrones.
Okay.
If I read the first 3 in the series and then I bailed because me and Martin just have some philosophical issues that we're never going to come to terms with, so I gave up on it. But then when the series finally came out and I watched, I think, the first 2 or 3 episodes of season 1, and then I tried to get back into it season 2, the world building, fantastic. But those characters on screen are really hard to like. It's like
Yeah.
the characters in the book and the ones on screen, it's very difficult it's hard to like them in the book, but on screen they lose something in their complexity, because the world in the books of Game of Thrones is so vast and so complicated, and so, I mean, there's so many lines going on, and then they tried to put all of that somehow on screen, and it didn't, for me at least, it just didn't translate the same. So I think Dresden is the same way. I think the world is just so rich, it's hard to translate it.
Okay.
But Tolkien's but then there's Tolkien, right? Lord of the Rings, they did an amazing job with the storyline. So maybe they just need to get a better director.
Okay.
Possible.
Because I've read Lord of the Rings.
Me too. And I love the movies. I think they did an amazing job.
Oh, absolutely. So
It can be done.
I think I tried to read Game of Thrones.
I have issues with George R.R. Martin. So
there's definitely some issues in there because
yeah.
And some of the issues in the series, I mean in the book, that they couldn't put on TV.
Correct. But then think about what they actually did put on TV and imagine what was left out, because they just couldn't put it. It was, yeah, I have issues with George R.R. Martin. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. So I bailed on the book, and I didn't. It was one of the few things that I wasn't sure whether I would like, so I didn't actually buy it
Mhm.
I don't have it on my Audible either. I actually went to the library and took it out and didn't get too far. And then, like, yeah, I'm not reading this crap.
I think I bought the first one at a used bookstore, like a Half Price Books or something years ago when it first came out. Not Half Price Books. What would have been the equivalent of Half Price Books at that point? Because this was before Half Price Books existed. He started writing these books ages ago. I read the first one. I know I read at least 3 of them, and then I bailed. I'm like, I hoped this would get better. Like, I kept hoping this would get better. And I finally was like, this is just getting worse. Oh my God. Every book, it's something. Every book, every book, I'm putting it down and going, okay, let me just see if I can, because there's these characters who could be, anyway. And then they put this series out, and everyone's like, oh, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
Oh, my husband enjoyed the series. I mean, I watched it.
That first episode, I wanted to punch someone. And then it just gets
I've never
worse.
watched it.
I mean, people love Game of Thrones or they hate Game of Thrones. There's no happy medium between the two. Either you love it because if you've watched it, if you haven't watched it, you couldn't care less, obviously.
Right.
But if you've watched it, I watched the first 2, like I said, the first 3 episodes of season 1, and I tried to get back into it in season 2. But to your point, Mary, so much of the book that didn't make it in, and then what did make it in, I was like, you all really cherry picked some horrible things to put on the screen. And I
Yeah.
don't know that you had to cherry pick so many horrible things
Yeah.
to make this story work. So I just was like, I'm done. Like, I'm done.
Well, you know what? I didn't get too far into the first book. So I don't know how I know how horrible the book is because I know other people who have read it. Okay. But no. But here's the thing. I'm rather indifferent about the series.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The new one they have on one with the Duncan and Egg. I don't know what they're calling it. Night's Tale or something like that.
Oh yes, I didn't watch any of those. Mm-hmm.
That one is okay. That
Okay.
one was still in the same vein, but not Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of House of Dragons. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
So, all right. So we'll be back in 2-ish weeks.
2-ish weeks.
Give or take.
Somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm not. Oh, we're doing business books next time.
I think so.
Okay. And I'm going to review Denise's book, who is a writer.
Yes. You are an author. You don't have to be a novelist. You're an author.
Okay.
Okay, you good? All right. So we'll see everybody in a couple of weeks.